In yesterday's video, we discussed how we were making some buying decisions. Today, the market was down quite strongly. So did we mess up? No. We actually set some parameters that pointed to a bottom not this week, but possibly next week. And that's only possibly. We'll see what happens. But we're buying, and we don't even think we're at the bottom. But we're not buying aggressively. We're not spending all of our money. We've got about 10% cash. And we're just nibbling on stuff that we know is well priced. If it keeps falling, that's great. But we've seen stocks buck the trend that were well priced. Jumia, Editas, CRISPR Therapeutics, Virgin Galactic. They were up Friday. They were up yesterday when the market was down massively. They were not up today. But, that's what I'm trying to say. When the stock is priced well, don't necessarily worry about what the broader market is going to do. If it is a screaming buy, you have to take a nibble. At this point, the market is down substantially enough that if it is a screaming buy, I'm taking a nibble. So I'm not expecting the market to bottom today. I'm not expecting it to bottom tomorrow. So what's my forecast that is leading me to the conclusion that the bottom is going to occur next week? Why do I specifically feel so confident in that? Well, there were a number of earnings that occurred this week that I pointed to in yesterday's video that I thought were going to be quite important. Microsoft and Apple. Microsoft came in decently good. They are strong, and that is good. In my opinion, that's going to lessen any sort of future blow we're going to see. If Apple's earnings aren't as good, that will lessen the blow. So I'm okay with that. Google, negative. I did not expect that to be the case. Oh well, it's all kind of a balance thing. Maybe that lessens the blow slightly less. We'll see. Let's give it some days to shake out. Why am I so fixated on Apple? Can't Apple just do poorly? Well, I'm fixated on them not just because they're Apple and a large company in the S&P 500, but because the reason why I think they're going to be weak, or at least have negative commentary, is the fact that they have significant China exposure, not because they sell products in China, although they do, but because they manufacture products in China. And maybe all the iPhones are made. Maybe all the sales in China are going at the same rate. Okay, fine. Maybe I'm going to be wrong. That's certainly a possibility. But I say we got to get through Apple's earnings to bottom. I don't think the market is bottom today. We're seeing Alphabet down big. We're seeing Microsoft down flat. So let's just get to Apple. Maybe Apple's good and the market rallies. But I'm saying no market bottom yet. Looks like we're going to be down tomorrow. I have my fears around Apple earnings, particularly around China, because I think people can then extrapolate that notion to other areas of the market. And that was a big part of the fear that, kind of exacerbated the COVID situation. Obviously domestic lockdowns, but before that, I was following COVID for a month plus and fearful about that. And one of my fundamental theses was we're not getting products out of China. That's going to impact sales. It's kind of a weird point in the phone cycle, I guess, so maybe everything is made, but who knows? Who knows? I think it's a big wild card. I'm watching out for that. I think the bottom, if everything goes to plan as I'm describing it, which doesn't always happen anywhere in life, that the market might begin to bottom with the Fed talking. And I expect the Fed to hike rates, 50 basis points, and to do so for several meetings. But the last Fed meeting, when they hiked, was followed by an incredible rally. It wasn't to new highs. We didn't like it at the top. We said we're too close to new all-time highs. But nonetheless, it was incredible. Hopefully, we can get a bottom. That doesn't mean a rally. That doesn't mean an incredible rally. That doesn't mean 8 consecutive days of market rally. What it means, hopefully, is market stabilization. some period of sideways of, okay, these are fair values for companies, and an exchange of those companies between people who need cash now and people who want cash later. I think if we can get to that point, it'll be a win. We'll have to see. But there's some stocks I think are tremendously well priced, and they're even surviving on days like yesterday and the day before. Not today. Oh well. The energy buys yesterday proved to be good buys today. And because some of those stocks were up yesterday and the day before, I think it shows that these companies need to be bought and nibbled on, and there shouldn't be a fear around doing that. It should be, okay, I don't need to make money by Friday. Obviously, if you have to pay bills, you have to make money by Friday. But if you are investing to invest and not to pay a random bill, which I understand, believe me, it's a thing. You got to pay the bills. But if you are investing to invest, I suggest you buy a stock that you like if it's down 60, 70, 80, or 90+%. Some of them might hold strong when the market is down. We saw that in, obviously, the number of names we mentioned yesterday. And here's the thing. One can make the argument that, well, they can just keep going down, right? They're in the eye of the storm. I don't think so. I really just don't think a company like Jumia can keep going down. You know, in a day where it's down, it loses like 50 cents a share, we'll call it. You're telling me there's like 15 days of the stock left before it goes to zero? That's like ridiculous. The company was below $3 a share for like 3 days, and then it went up to 65. It's at 7 and change. I think it's at a good price. And sure, it can go to 5. I'm not saying that's impossible. I'm not saying the market's bottom. I'm therefore assuming stocks will be down tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that, and probably the day after that. And yet I'm still nibbling on them. So we'll see what happens. Buying at good prices, selling at good prices for selling. And right now, I'm not saying everything is good prices. I'm not buying Microsoft. I'm not buying Google yet even. I'm not buying Apple. But I'm buying Jumia. I'm buying Editas with some FDA authorization today to begin their second trials of their second edit. And if it goes well, it'll probably go well roughly at the same time. We're going to get new data from the previous trial where they enhanced the dose. I thought the previous trial was good, but some people thought it was not as effective as it could have been. Well, I think they thought that too. So they're increasing the dose size. The most important thing was it had some level of efficacy and no major adverse events. So increased dose size, hopefully better results, and less or equal to adverse events. They did have some eye irritation associated with injecting your eye with a needle. So there are things there. I'm sure that would cause me some irritation. And hopefully this one goes well. You know, the stock is at $14 a share. Around $1 billion. I'm quite tired. I think it's well priced. I'm nibbling on it and adding to my position. So, that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to ask questions. And until next time, peace out.